You probably know Ben Azelart, a creator with over 50 million subscribers. All of his videos get at least 10 million views, some even crossing 100 million. His thumbnails has this unique style to edit faces with exaggerated skin tones. So in this video, I'll show you how to achieve that style. Let's get started. So I found this photo of him from Google, just removed its background and placed it on a 1280 by 720 canvas. Now the first thing we need is a gradient map. I made this video 3 years ago, and in that video, I showed this method of exaggerating the skin tones for better contrast. I also left the PSD for free in that video, and it contains that gradient map. We can simply just copy it from there and paste it on our canvas. We have to clean up the mask, click on it, and then take black as the foreground color and press Alt Backspace. Now before painting, if you want to create the gradient map yourself, you can do it by clicking on this button and then select Gradient Map from here. Then click on the layer. You'll be able to edit colors in the Properties panel. These are the sliders. You can set them yourself. Then set the blend mode to color and lower the opacity as much as needed. If you want the file, get it for free in description. And if you want more thumbnail assets like this, for example, if we go to this thumbnail, it has this gold gradient map layer, which is so useful. I've used it in many of the thumbnails I design. You can use it to turn anything into gold, like this. This is just one example. These PSDs contain so many useful assets that you can use in your thumbnails, and there are hundreds of these PSDs. And most importantly, everything in them is fully customizable, so you can edit every single detail easily. If you're interested, go to Thumbnail Galaxy and use this code to get your first month for just $1. Okay, now click on the mask, then take the brush tool from here or just press B. You can right click on the canvas to adjust the size and hardness. Then take white as the foreground color, then simply start painting all over his face. You can already see the effect coming, and don't worry about the mouth and eyes. We will fix them later. Next, select the gradient map and press Ctrl J to duplicate it, clean up the mask again like before, and this time paint only on his hair. We made a duplicate of the gradient map for hair because we will lower its opacity from here. Just needs subtle amount on the hair, not too vibrant. Then hold Alt and click between these two layers to clip this gradient map to the subject layer. Do the same with other gradient map as well. This way, these layers would only affect the main layer below. Then click on this button and create a hue saturation adjustment. Clip it to the layer below as well. You can also do it by clicking on this button. We want to colorize the mouth and lips, so make the hue more reddish, increase the lightness and saturation a little bit. Then select the mask and press Ctrl I to invert it. Take the brush and then simply paint on his mouth. The teeth will be fixed later as well. Create a curves adjustment. Drag a point like this, select and invert the mask, clip it to the layer below, and then paint on these areas of the mouth to add some shadows. You can decrease the flow of the brush from here. I painted and refined it further so that it looks natural. We can always reduce the opacity if too much. Next, we need to fix these highlights first and even out the lighting overall. To do that, just create a simple layer by clicking here. Hold Alt and click between them to make a clipping mask. Now take the brush tool, make sure the flow is a lot lower. I use 6% with brush tool active. If you hold Alt, it will let you pick a color you want to paint. So just sample any surrounding color and gradually paint over the highlights to even them out. Don't just use single color for all the highlights. Sample the areas that are closest to that part of the highlight. Same way, I painted on the highlights on his face and reduced the uneven lighting. We don't have to worry about losing the texture. We aren't retouching a portrait. Also, with AI upscaling at the end, the details will be back anyways. So we evened out the lighting and it looks good. Now hold Alt key while clicking on this new layer button. You will have this dialog box. Set the blend mode to soft light. Check this box as well. Then hit OK. We get this layer. We can do dodging and burning using it. Click on the foreground color to change it and change it to black. We can paint with black for burning, or in simple words, shadows, and paint with this gray color to erase. Then I simply painted on the areas where there's already some shadows to add a little bit of depth. You can feel the enhancement. After that, create one more layer the exact same way, but this time we have to paint with white instead of black for dodging. Same way as before, I painted the highlights on a few areas. Now click on this button, then create a hue saturation adjustment, bring the saturation all the way to 0, then click here again and choose curves and create a point like this to increase the brightness. Now hold Shift and select both of these layers and then press Ctrl G to group them. Then click on this button while holding Alt key to create an inverted mask. Right click and make the brush's hardness to 100. Brush size should be smaller, flow should be 100 as well. Then just paint on these areas of the eyes to make them brighter. Then same way, brighten the teeth as well. This method of brightening the eyes and teeth enhances the visibility of the face on the thumbnail by like 10 times. Now we need a camera raw filter. To add that, Hold Shift and select all the layers excluding the background and press Ctrl G to group them. Then press Ctrl J to duplicate it so that we have a backup, and then press Ctrl E to merge the group into one single image layer, convert it to Smart Object, then go to Filters, then Camera Raw Filter. First, I increased the shadows and blacks, added some contrast as well. Then in Effects tab, I increased the texture amount, leave the clarity. Then in Color Mixer, under the Luminance tab, I increased the reds to brighten his lips and mouth a little bit as they were a bit dark. And that's how it looks. I exported it and upscaled it with Leonardo AI, and this is the final result. This is before AI and this is after. It really enhanced the image and also added the skin texture back. This was original, and this is after. Looks cool, right? I even added this face on his actual thumbnail just to see if it looks like it belongs to his style. And honestly, I'm happy with the result. Of course, I didn't do a good job replacing the face. It can be better, but the face editing looks decent. This is how it looks side by side. A lot of things can be improved, I know, but you get the idea. If you spend a bit more time and take a bit more AI's help, you can have even better results. I just gave you the basics. If you want 100 plus thumbnail PSDs with useful assets, try Thumbnail Galaxy and use this code to get your first month discount. That is it for today. Leave a like if you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.